This is here the all-new generation of the BMW X3 in the sporty trim, the X3 M50. And there has been some criticism of the all-new generation of the X3. What's it all about? What are the pros? What are the cons? We're going to find out everything about this 3-liter 6-cylinder under the hood. Here with Thomas Autogefühl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go with, you can get that one, don't have to, with the illuminated double kit lane here now. This is a very cool feature, I feel, especially at night, gives even more character to this vehicle. And yeah, also when it's dark here in the German winter at midday. So it's not night, but it feels like it. But we can see the signature splitter also here at the side, for example. And you can also get a matrix LED. Fire red is this vehicle color here for today, and yeah, freshly washed for you here. That's why we have some drops on the ground here as well. The M Performance model, black accentuations here. Then here these are, the special gaps here to reduce the wind turbulences in the wheel arch, better for aerodynamics. And more black accentuations here, equipped also with the shadow package. Then here the black side mirror caps and also the frames around the windows. Wheels, 20-inch here today. You could theoretically also go up to 21-inch. However, comfort-wise, these ones are of course better. This one gets an adaptive M suspension. Going to find out more about the comfort then, especially in the driving part. So the suspension here then also adapts to the driving mode. The length is 4.76 m or 187 inches. So this new X3 generation has also grown just a little bit. And in the rear, you can see this modern tail lamp signature here. That looks very fancy, doesn't it? And you have a so-called more monolithic design. So really large areas of design. This is a new BMW design language. This will also be stressed even more with the Neue Klasse, the new class of the, oh, you see here, sometimes the light goes into a saving mode, then the inside part is, no? Or? No. I think when I open the driver door, then it comes back, right? No? Can't be.
No.
No?
Some old doors.
I don't know, maybe I have to open the driver door for a longer period of time or something. But what I also want to show you are the turning indicators. So here we go. And in the rear, see here, also wide enough, very well visible. Yeah, and then more black accentuations here. And this 6-cylinder has two massive exhausts on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 overall. Yeah. That looks very cool, and it's the real deal. No fake exhaust police needed here whatsoever. Yeah, and of course, let's check it out here in the front with the turning indicators and also the engine. So I think design-wise, it works very well. In the front, there has been a lot of criticism that some say that like the grille is too large or something like that. No, I like it, especially with the illumination. However, I found the base styling better. Here, for me, it's a little bit too much black. Or what do you think? Then the turning indicators in the front have this pulsing style. So they, appears like something like a heartbeat or so. And then let's take a look at the engine. Open that here in the front. There we go. Of course, with BMW, it's always that you just pull it twice and then it opens. It's a practical thing. 3-liter 6-cylinder, B58. With mild hybrid technology, so it's electrified. Yeah, it's really nice to warm your hands then. Almost 400 horsepower and 4.6 seconds in the acceleration figure to 1 km/h or to 60 miles an hour is 4.4 seconds. So good acceleration, and of course always a rear-wheel bias of this all-wheel drive. And of course you can also go for a normal X3 version. We also have reviews of that one, so you can check that one out then later. Khaki with the M colors then in this case, it's nice. And of course pressing the BMW logo to close it, but there's also keyless entry here, flush integrated, but still a real door handle that also opens. Door closing sound is good, nice, solid. There we go. And then inside of the doors, here in the top part, I would say it's somewhat soft, but not too soft, but there's a nice structure, that's fine. Then here is a little bit softer for your elbow, could be a little bit softer though. Not my favorite here with the high gloss black, I feel, and also no covering here on the inside. Some say, and also BMW, it's better when you spill something in there, you can wipe it easier, but I feel when I put something in there, like this, you know, not the key, but just like a sunglass cover or something like that, it should be felt covered. That's what I think. Here in the top part, this ambient lighting integration. Leah doesn't like it that much. I like it, so that's personal opinion. And this is the new control here for the vents. Interesting. And also here to open and see that whole thing moves then. So I think this should be better. This is not the BMW premium quality we expect. Here, I have to say, some say, you know, it's matte. They put it in a matte way intentionally, this and this, because when you touch it on this high gloss black surface, which is also not a good solution, you would see more fingerprints. So there I think the matte solution look is good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've mixed feelings about this indeed, I have to say. And then we have here the...
No entry badge.
Oh yeah, no badge here.
What is this?
That is missing as well. And here the steering wheel, this and the M Sport steering wheel, this and from animal material. The base steering wheel, also with a flat bottom, is now animal free and has actually a better tactile feeling to it than this one. However, here with the cool 12 o'clock marking, and also with shifting pedals behind and so on. So this is also a sportier style. Then standard seats for this one are these. These are the Veganza high-grade leatherette seats. Really nice plush quality with some Alcantara inserts as well here on the top shoulder part. This is really nice here. And the seating comfort is great. So this is where BMW is at this moment leading, and they have stepped up the game pretty much. So maybe like 10 years ago, there were a lot of BMW seats that were not that good. But here now, really improved the comfort game. You can also here put this lower area a little bit longer and see how plush it is. So I'm really happy with the seats and the seating comfort. And with 189, 6'2", I also have enough headroom left here. So, and then the steering control up and down, in and out. Yeah, just from some interior pieces here, yeah, I think that's not a step forward in this generation. I already gave them that feedback here to some of the pieces and parts, and I hope they will improve that with the next, maybe like model year or facelift or something. Then the cockpit overview, very clean now. It's nice here with the dashboard. That's also good quality here. That's what I like. And then the glove box fits for Leah's small leatherette handbag, but that's it actually. So really tiny glove box indeed. And the styling is here really accentuated with all these ambient lighting signatures. I found it pretty cool, and it also changes according to the driving modes. For example, here when I go to the sport mode, it switches then in the M colors, like that. So that's pretty fancy indeed. Or also there's this effect when I hit the turning indicator, the hazard lights in this case, because when I hit the turning indicators, doesn't show here, but the hazard lights here, I press it, and then you have this interior visualization for that as well, even at the inside of the door. Why not actually? And this large middle console here, where the left side is for the phone to charge it in an inductive way, and also with a cooling slot here, so it's ventilated. Right side 2 USB-C chargers, but this is just to rest your phone there. And then really nice adaptive cup holders. They are good because they have these 3 adaptive elements, M badged in here. And I would still charge the phone with a cable, honestly, because I feel, especially when you use the phone function or the map function on the phone, the inductive charging pad just, doesn't charge it properly enough. But that's not a BMW problem, it's a general problem that I tend to charge the phones with the cables just quicker overall. And then here you still have this selector here, the iDrive controller. Also sounds nice, so you don't have to put everything with the fingerprint on the touchscreen, so it's good to still have it. However, when you select the drive modes, you have to click My Modes and then either confirm again in the screen or turn the knob and then press once again to confirm the driving mode. Too complicated to do that while driving indeed. The shifting lever is here really slim and integrated. That gives you space, but of course less sporty feeling in a way. Yeah, so it's pro and con. And here, nice, soft, and wide armrest here with a leather red cover. Good build quality in this case also, and more space underneath for all the clutter you might want to hide then. And the focus of this new cockpit is this dual screen, you know, here in this layout together, but two different monitors, of course, for instruments and the infotainment. No physical dials for the climate unit. That's what I'm missing. Also, if you compare previous generation to this generation, and yeah, then you always have to hit the climate unit here. And there are also some things that, for example, like now is wintertime in Germany. Obviously, Leah and I are freezing all over the place. And then, for example, when we start up the vehicle and we want to activate the seat heating at the same time. So here, when passenger and driver try to activate stuff simultaneously, here, see, it doesn't work. Like, you have to wait a little bit that it accepts both commands at the same time for
it's really slow.
Yeah, and it's also slow, so it should be quicker, and it should be possible that driver and passenger activate that at the same time, right? Driver POV, here we have still rear buttons at the steering wheel. By the way, press and hold set to deactivate that speed limit warning chime. Right side here, for example, for the volume. Then digital instruments look like this. You also have different settings, for example, how you want to display your content and where exactly. The whole layout can also be changed. However, only when you activate or start the engine, then you can actually see how it looks like with the full potential, so to speak. And you can have these more modern gauges, for example, but then you can also change where the speed is being displayed. So, I mean, here this speed in the middle, like this, looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And you also get a head-up display, and can also change the views, what you want to have in there. For example, also like an assistance systems view and so on. And in the infotainment system, yeah, I think too many apps on one layer, not a good overview. Apple CarPlay integration is cool, really wide, Android Auto also possible, and everything wireless indeed. Other than that, I showed you here the temperature control, and there you get to this menu or the home menu, where you can also see a satellite view of the car internal GPS. But most people, of course, nowadays use like Apple Maps, Waze, and Google Maps and so on. And when you use Apple Maps in CarPlay, then you can also put it here to the left side in the instruments, or with Android Auto and Google Maps. Rear seats here instead of the doors. It's also somewhat soft. Nice materials here. However, here in the lower part, once again, all the way hardpack. Doesn't open too wide, so if you want to access child seats and so on, not ideal, I would say. Then the seat quality here with the high-grade leatherette is once again excellent. You can also see that actually it's really plush, very nice. Then ISOFIX here at the outside. You can fold them up or down again. And then here the cup holders, adaptive. This is also good build quality, and you can also use this ski hatch. That would also be possible. Then in the lower part, two USB-C chargers and also a separate climate control. And as for the space we have, well, I'm tall. I always have the front seat and also, you know, wider away from the cockpit, so I can drive properly. And that means, yeah, not too much legroom. And here, I mean, this fits for tall adults, but not more. So there's not so much legroom considering the length of the vehicle. Yes, but then again, we can also house a 6-cylinder there in the front. Headroom, however, no problem here, but it gets close to the side. Here to the panoramic roof, it's fine, but then to the side, it's really close with 189, 602. Here you can see is a fixed panoramic glass roof. However, there is this shade you can apply, and it goes from the rear. And this is very important, first of all, when it's really, really sunny, not like today, but also, I'll just pause that here for a second. You can also pause it here, like in the middle, it's also possible. It's very important on the motorway, because we feel, maybe it's a German thing, but when you drive really, really fast, then it's way more silent if this one is closed. So that's also a good finding. Now to the trunk or the boot. 570 liters. Then we have here this manual cover. This is like really massive. However, from the materials, also here like at the inside here, like this, I think that should be a little bit better. And then nice cover. And we have here like 1 meters 10 or 43 inches in the width. That's already quite cool. And here it's like 95 centimeters or 37 inches. And the height is 74 centimeters or 29 inches. So it's really good. Here the cabin trolley easily fits in, of course. And underneath you have like this, and then you can pull it up like this, so more space underneath. There could also be a replacement tire. This is like an additional net, but I would actually take it out and leave it in the garage because it can like make some rattling noises while driving underneath there. And there's no remote unlock of the seats. That is missing. However, here you can easily grab over, at least when you have long arms, that's okay, or then you have to go around. Yeah, so overall, the boot space is fine. You can do a lot with that vehicle here. And the total length to the seats here is 1 meters 70 or 67 inches. Sport mode. Nice. That was more than almost 250 kilometers an hour, like really nice. So yeah, this B58 engine is truly a gem. Here in the sport mode also some sound enhancement, but it was okay, you know, like it was fun, like the sound enhancement. It was not like it sometimes with these artificial sounds with like, you know, like that's super exaggerated and like what is this and stuff, and but yeah, it's actually fine. Adaptive suspension means we also have some stiffer suspension mode than here, and also here ambient lighting turns to red, instruments turns to red, everything like that. Pretty cool. And the car is also really stable. At very high speeds, as for the noise insulation, that could be better, I think. Right?
Yeah, it's really loud, yeah.
Yeah. So at very high speeds, though, you know. Now in the tunnel, look at that. Here we can play one more time with the ambient lighting, because in the sport mode that's pretty amazing. And you also have these visualizations here, for example. Going back then to the personal mode, then let's go back to the sport, and then you can see this animation also, right? Run through from the outside to the inside. Then here, yeah, that's pretty nice. And then also the M colors here with blue up here. So Mercedes has been doing ambient lighting, you know, pretty much long time and stuff. And then BMW said like, hey, let's also do something like that. And I think it's really nice, right? In the normal driving modes, if you're not sport mode, suspension is a little bit more forgiving. As long as the road is even and without potholes, it's absolutely fine and pretty cool. And the nice thing about this vehicle, you feel one with the car. So driver, steering, car, road, and so on. Also, the steering feel is a little better than in the normal base X3. The steering wheel itself, I like more in the base X3. It's the animal-free one then with the flat bottom. I think it's a little bit more modern. This one is also cool, like the visual part, but then with the animal skin wrap. The hybrid leather red is really better, meanwhile, for how it feels. However, here the steering feel is a little bit more precise here in the M50 version. That's pretty cool. And also in contrast to, for example, what I criticized with the BMW 3 Series, where I don't have enough steering feel. That's at least what I think. There's an X5 here. It's also the facelift here, where you can see it with the like this pulsing indicators there. You can see that it is the recent X5 facelift. So really like the steering feel here. No dead zone area, and you also feel a difference here in the normal driving mode. It's a little bit more, soft. And in the sport mode, for example, you have more feedback. I like the steering setting best in the sport mode, and you can also do some individual settings there. So very nice. You just have fun driving this one, you know. And it's already a, substantial length SUV, but still you feel like everyday driving is fun, and every single trip you do is fun. That's what I really like about this one. And also rear wheel bias of this all-wheel drive. It's nice, how smooth, look at that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. that blop, 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 a little bit from the exhaust. This engine here, why is it so great? So first of all, especially in this, like the first iterations, it's been famous for being extremely reliable. Recently, with the electrification, the mild hybrid system of this engine, there were some reports that there were also some issues. I asked BMW for that, and then they said we don't have any like notes of that there's like more issues with that engine. So it might have just been like the initial first few that were built. Maybe, I don't know. We gotta follow up on that definitely. And then this engine has so smooth transitions between the gears. It is powerful, yet at the same time when you accelerate, it's like always like and whereas other engines, which are maybe like not that good, Bailey is making fun of me now. So other engines which are making not that good, they go like, like they stutter maybe a little bit. And here everything is flawless. We can go one more time to the sport mode, and you can maybe just listen to the sound again and feel like how powerful the engine is, and the gears are put in a powerful way, yet at the same time in a very smooth transition. One more time. That's what I mean. It's awesome. Woo! Oh, there's a lot of crosswind here today, so I have to gotta be careful a little bit. Wow, it's amazing. So it gives me so much confidence and feeling over the vehicle. Yeah, here the noise insulation at really high speeds, that could be a little bit better indeed. But that engine here is a true gem. Honestly, it feels so refined, so good. And just like also like how spontaneous it is, There's just like when you're on the throttle, you can really fine-tune that engine, the response of that. And not only when you're at higher speeds, also when you're driving slower, for example, just when you like start on the traffic light, it's directly there, And also thinking about the base version with the 2-liter 4-cylinder to this one here. This one is not more fuel consuming. I mean, considering like everything besides this hard acceleration and so on. But even there, because usually you keep it at lower RPM, and we can drive this one here with the same or sometimes even lower fuel consumption like the 2-liter 4-cylinder. That's also astonishing. So this engine is powerful, yet at the same time it is efficient for what it delivers. That's good. And as I said, rear-wheel bias from that all-wheel drive. So from the performance of this engine here, absolutely flawless. And what's also very interesting is testing the assistance systems when you're not on the motorway. So they are meant to be used on the motorway, but if they also work off the motorway, it's even more sophisticated. Let's check it out here. The cruise control with active lane keeping assist, as long as there's the green steering symbol here. And you see that these lines here on this B road, I mean, they're really destroyed. Right side, there's no white line at all. Left side is a little bit grayed out. So that has been done for like, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 years or something. And here, it's still keeping the car in the lane and steering the vehicle. It's not meant to be used here, but it shows like how smooth it's being kept in the lane and that there's no hectic steering movement. And here, that even though when the lines are not really matching, and I mean, here, there's like nothing, but still the car is recognizing how it's being, look at that. That's amazing. And now it has cancelled actually because there was no line at all, but how smooth also all the transitions are. So assistance systems wise, I have to say, like from the past years of experience, in level 2 assistance systems, BMW is really number one. And how natural and how smooth everything is integrated, and that you can really trust these systems. Of course, level 2 means you're still responsible. So don't push your luck on that one. But definitely it's been a great development in that respect as well. But now finally, we want to have it really agile. Well, let's go. Nice. Slight wheel spin in the rear wheels because the road is slightly wet. Nice steering control. Suspension is rough, definitely. You do feel that. Here, of course, in this case, it's good. Plop, plop, plop from the exhaust. It's a lot of fun, beautiful. Seats are keeping me tight. At the same time, they're super comfortable, so that's also good. And also, if you are in these transitions there, the engine just is always at the right RPM where you need it. It feels so refined and cultivated. Nice. Also here, left-right corner. Oh, pigeons. Yeah, okay, pigeons are gone. Let's continue. Now we can accelerate even more out. Although we are uphill, it's giving us so much performance. Beautiful. Yeah, that feels super, super great from that engine. And also in the dynamic, in the driving fun, you really feel one with the vehicle. Pushing it out now, the really, really tight corner. Woo! Sliding a little bit over the wet leaves. This is so much fun. And obviously Leah is enjoying too. That's also a good sign. Wow. Beautiful. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. As for the consumption, you can drive this one here if you leave out these acceleration tests with some 9 liters on 100 kilometers, 26 mpg US, 31 mpg UK. That's astonishing. And it's the same consumption that you can score with the 2-liter 4-cylinder. So indeed, good performance, very cultivated. This engine is just awesome. At the same time, it's efficient considering it has almost 400 horsepower. So yeah, the engine is really the true gem here with this vehicle. Then pricing starts on the North American market, a little bit over 60,000 US dollars. You can easily spec it over 70,000. And yeah, here in Germany, it starts over 80,000 and you can easily spec it over 90,000 euros. Really hefty, of course. Yeah, but then, as I said, the engine is the main factor to buy this vehicle. However, I feel that the suspension is just too stiff for everyday driving comfort. So I would like the suspension setup from the normal X3, but the engine here from the M50. And of course, you should now check out the normal X3 review, and we also compared it already to the Mercedes GLC.